Now that you have completed the data cleaning process for individual stock returns for the 4 companies, the next task is to combine all the individual stock returns into a comprehensive analysis sample. The analysis sample I created is here. So essentially, I just copy over the date range for the first column, and for the remainder of the columns, their individual daily returns for each of the 4 companies. So I just use the VLOOKUP function to look up what is the daily return for each of the 4 companies in this time horizon, and use a few handle options to complete the remainder of the columns for me. And because I want to compare the individual returns for the 4 companies in a given year, so I use the database function right here. Say this database functions give me what is the individual stock return for each of the 4 companies, daily stock return for each of the 4 companies in 2012. Okay, I can also use data table to run simulations on this 2012 data in order to quickly extrapolate what is the individual daily returns and standard deviation for each of the 4 companies across all the years in the time horizon. Okay. Frequently, we want to know what is how do stock returns compare on an annual basis. So you can use the daily average return to compute an annualized return. You can think of the annualized return as the buy and hold return for each of the company's stock over a year. Okay, because there are 252 trading days in a year, so effectively to annualize stock returns based on daily returns, you will just compute what is the buy and hold compound returns, in a year. So you will use the daily return 1 plus daily return compounded for 252 days, and then minus 1. That will give you what is the annualized stock return for all 4 companies throughout this time horizon. The next task is to visualize how my investment in each of the 4 companies grow from the beginning of the data range to the end of my data range. But since Facebook went public in 2012, so I created a subset of the data range based on my previous analysis sample, so that all of my 4 companies have complete return data during this data range. So I created this data range from May of 2018